What's up, y'all? Today we're in Town Center, Suwanee to go on a tour. Let's go check it out. Hey, if you're thinking about moving to Suwanee or you just have any questions about what it's like to live here, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. Thank you so much to everybody who has reached out. I'm always happy to help. Town Center is kind of like the heart of Suwanee. It's like the downtown area. And this is one of the main parts of Suwanee where they have lots of shopping and lots of restaurants. And they have this really pedestrian friendly kind of area. So they got a mellow mushroom right over here on the left, and then this whole row of commercial areas. And so this is becoming super popular in a lot of the different downtown areas of all of the suburbs of Metro Atlanta. Town Center in Suwanee, though, where we're at today, is a bit different than some of the other city centers. This is clearly like they did a great job of planning this whole area here. Again, it's very pedestrian friendly, very easy to walk around, especially if like you lived super close to here. It would be very convenient and easy to get to all of these shops and the park across the street as well that we're gonna go check out here in just a minute. Very different from like downtown Marietta, where it was really just the city developed and they just kind of, developed all around the city center, but there wasn't a lot of planning involved there, so it's kind of difficult to get around downtown Marietta. But this area here in Suwanee is very convenient. This is a store called Dress Up. Again, just a local shop here that they have in Suwanee, and that's really the kind of stores that you can find here. A lot of local mom and pop kind of shops, a lot of great community here in downtown Suwanee. And this is definitely one of the highlights of living in this area. One of the things that makes the downtown area, so to speak, downtown, is that they usually have like a city hall or like a courthouse or something, like a main government building. And that's what they have here as well. Back there in the background is the city hall for Suwanee. And so while they do have that, that's pretty much like the only government building that they have here in this area. The majority of it is shops and restaurants, and then the park over here. They also have a gazebo that we're going to check out as well. This town center area is on Buford Highway, which is one of the main roads that goes through Suwanee. And while this part of Suwanee has this kind of super nice look, we got to be clear, not all of Suwanee looks quite like this. Not all of Suwanee is so easy to walk around, and so most of the city is a lot of neighborhoods. You definitely would need a car to live in this city. There are sporadic commercial areas here and there, but for the most part, it's a kind of suburban area. This downtown area is different from the rest of Suwanee. You have a lot more easy walkability in the town center here. Actually, let me turn this camera around so you can check out the City Hall building. It is enormous. Definitely the biggest building in this whole town center area. Also, you can tell just by walking through here that it's a relatively new area. It's not like some of the older town centers like Powder Springs or Dallas that were built, decades ago in the 70s or 80s. This is definitely something that's much newer. In fact, across the street from Buford Highway, way on the other side over there, they're building like a second phase to Town Center. And so that is coming soon. More pedestrian-friendly areas, as this is becoming very popular in a lot of parts of Metro Atlanta. Right across the way here, we have a restaurant called Tequila Mama, which is one of my favorites. I go here a lot with my family. We live about 30, 40 minutes from here. And so this is a great place to check out. And then let's see what else we've got down the road over here. I have actually never been down this side street over here. We're gonna discover together what they've got going on over here. So they've got a cosmetic place over here, Deca Lash, I guess, for eyelashes, consignment boutique over here to the right as well. So definitely a lot of cool shops over here. I had actually no idea that this was back here. Also looks like there is, kind of hard to see, but in the background they've got some townhomes there, and then a big field right in between where I'm at now and the townhomes. Let's go check out this field or park area. Yeah, so we've got the townhomes back there, and then they've got this big green open field here. I had no idea this was here, but not surprising at all. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you see here in a lot of places, not just Suwanee, but in general, a lot of suburbs of Metro Atlanta, just because of how much nature we have here. So really nice, peaceful area back here. Of course, if you lived in one of these homes, super easy walkability to town center. I mention that because a lot of people call me and they are looking for that kind of area. They want to live in an area where it's easy to walk around and get to the different places. You know, they don't want to have to be car dependent. So unfortunately, it's kind of hard to find areas like that where you can live in walking distance to something like this town center. You know, all of these downtown areas for all of these suburbs, Alpharetta, Suwanee, Duluth, Marietta, Powder Springs, they all have these kinds of downtown areas that are somewhat like this, and you can usually find some homes around here. But other than that, the rest of the city is not easy to walk around. Again, you would have to be car dependent. So being able to find a home so close to one of these town center areas is definitely high priority for a lot of people. And I agree it would be great to be able to find something like that, but keep in mind, it's not very common. Definitely a lot of people moving here to Suwanee. This is the Tequila Mama restaurant I was telling you about. Great outdoor seating there, especially when they take all of that plastic stuff down. It's so nice and refreshing. Speaking of, this is actually like the best time of year to be in Georgia. This spring season where it's like 70, 80 degrees out here, it is absolutely the best. Finally, all of the trees are in bloom. We don't have like the super brown bare trees everywhere that everybody asks me about when I put in the videos. Like, why is the grass brown in Georgia? Well, it's not always brown. Also, the trees aren't always brown. It just happens to be that way during the wintertime. But in the spring, all of these things bloom and it's beautiful again and it's full of life again. Definitely my favorite time of year here in Metro Atlanta. Let's see what other shops we've got going on over here. A couple more clothing stores. We also have a place called Rita's, which I believe is like ice cream, frozen yogurt, brown bag deli cafe right across the way there. So definitely a lot of local shops. These are not the kind of like chain restaurants. You know, you're not going to see McDonald's or like a Pizza Hut here. That kind of thing would not really last very long here. People don't want those kinds of restaurants here. They really value a lot more the local mom and pop shops and supporting the community here, which is definitely something that you see a lot of in many of the suburbs of Metro Atlanta. People supporting their communities. We've got a few more residential areas back there, again, making it pretty easy to walk over here to town center. Let's see if we can make it over across the street to the amphitheater and to like the park area over here. This is actually like the back of the amphitheater, but then you can see there in the background, they've got what would be the seating for any kind of events that they have here at the amphitheater. Also way in the back there is like an open park area. They've also got a fountain there that we're gonna check out, which the kids love. My kids especially love anything water related. These kinds of fountains are super popular with my kids. But you can see right away like what the big draw is here to Suwanee. This nice peaceful vibe that they have here, these open green spaces are definitely one of the reasons why so many people move here. Here is the other side of this amphitheater. And again, these kinds of amphitheaters are very common in many of the town centers or downtown areas of the Atlanta suburbs. They oftentimes have performances there, whether it's a concert, usually something local, not very big concerts, but some kind of local performance, evenings and weekends, especially in the springtime like it is now. It's very common around this time of year. The same actually goes for this park area. Like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people out here, but there definitely is more people during the evenings and weekends, especially right now being the middle of the day, most people being at work. There's not a whole lot of people out here, but it is a very popular place to visit. They've also got these picnic tables here in town center, which is super nice. I've actually never noticed these picnic tables before. So not only do you have the open park areas and the shops and the restaurants across the street, but this would be a great place to come have a picnic or have lunch in the afternoon. The weather right now is amazing, by the way. It's got to be like 75 degrees and breezy. It's not usually very much of a breeze here in Atlanta, so it's a welcome change like we're seeing today. Let's go check out this fountain over here. This fountain is packed. In the evenings when the kids are out of school or in the weekends, there is always a ton of kids out here. Somebody recently asked me why there was like no people in my videos. I try to come out here when there are less people so that ideally I don't look like a weirdo walking around with a camera freaking people out. So right now it's like a Wednesday afternoon and there's not really a whole lot of people out here, but this is definitely very popular when people are not at work or at school. There's always a ton of people out here. You can see we're across the street from the City Hall building. And then also back there are those shops where we started, and then the homes, those townhomes on the other side of City Hall. In addition to the parks and the green space that we have here, there's definitely some other reasons why so many people are moving to this Suwanee area. And one of those reasons is the public school district here. Many people would say that the public school district, not only in Suwanee, but all of Gwinnett County, is one of the best in the entire country. And so this is one of the biggest draws for many people here. In some places of Atlanta, it's kind of hard to find still affordable home prices where you see excellent public schools. So it's nice to see an area like Suwanee that have excellent public schools and you still have the affordable home prices. The city of Suwanee. And then lastly, I think another big reason why so many people are moving here is because of its distance to the city of Atlanta. It's not, crazy far out in the sticks. It's not the country. It still has that suburban feel, but you're not super far out. And then you're also not so crazy close to the city of Atlanta. I know a lot of people don't want to be right in the middle of Atlanta where you have the higher crime or you have the public schools that are not as good. So some people kind of still want that buffer between themselves and the city of Atlanta. And this is another reason why many people move here. It's about 45 minute to an hour drive to get to Atlanta from this area. depending on rush hour traffic. And so another great reason why people are moving to Suwanee. There's no question that this is one of the best suburbs in all of Metro Atlanta. Suwanee is super popular and people are moving here all the time. In fact, I have many people who have called me asking me about moving to Suwanee. If you're thinking about moving here, or you just have any questions about what it's like to live in Suwanee, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. And if you want to know more about what it's like to live in this city, check out this video. I'll see you in the next one.